An oscilloscope, also known as oscillograph, is an instrument that graphically displays electrical signals and shows how those signals change over time. It measures these signals by connecting with a sensor, which is a device that creates an electrical signal in response to physical stimuli like sound, light, and heat. So this is a multimeter and this is an oscilloscope. So multimeter is used to read AC voltage, DC voltage, current, then there is this resistance and continuity. Now this is an oscilloscope. After it has measured the DC voltage or AC voltage, if you need to know the waveform, then we use oscilloscope. So this oscilloscope costs only 2000 rupees, and there are other oscilloscope which is far more costly. So this oscilloscope is very good for students, but if you which costs only 2000 rupees, but if you want to compare it with 40,000 oscilloscope, then this is for you. You wanna compare? You wanna compare 2000 rupees to 40,000 rupees? You can see, so this oscilloscope has an option which produces 1 kilohertz of square wave. We can use this output signal to calibrate my oscilloscope. Anyways, there is another way also. In the multimeter, this is actually which produces square wave. So we can switch it to this and connect the wires or connect the probes to the multimeter probes. Let us do it. After connecting, I get this type of waveform which is very much disturbed. So what I will do is that I'll try to reduce the time. So we can see it produces around 50 Hertz, and these are the voltage. So peak to peak voltage is 2.57 around. This oscilloscope is good for 0 to 200 kilohertz range. After that, this oscilloscope actually fails. This switch is for DC, AC and ground coupling, and these two switches are for sensitivity. So suppose I'll just put it to 1 volt, and you can see this is the result. Similarly, we have this. By adjusting this to slider switch, one can actually figure out the sensitivity. There is 4 push button switches. So this switch is for resetting. So it will reset. This switch is for mode selection. So by pressing, I can actually select, and the part which will be selected will be blue. So this is the time frame. Now these are the plus and minus switch. So if I by changing the plus and the minus switch, I can actually change the scan time. This is a hold button and OK button. So it will stop. By long pressing it, I can just see only the screen with no statistics. So this is all about the buttons. It takes around 9 to 12 volts of supply voltage, which is done through this. This is a XL009 boost converter. It actually boosts voltage from 0 to 5 volt to 0 to 35 volt, and I need around 9 volts. Here I have an input resistance which is really very hot right now. This input resistance is used such that my power bank doesn't go to sleep. So here are the set of capacitors: electrolytic capacitor, paper capacitor and aluminum foil capacitor, whose value will be given in the screen. If you like the video, please support us by subscribing and sharing with your friends. This set of capacitor is used to filter out. So normally what is happening is that so during boosting of the voltage, there are many ripples or noises created. So this capacitor set will actually filter out all the noises. And finally, the filtered DC output will be the input of this oscilloscope. We are using here a 5 volt power bank. You can also use 9-volt batteries to power this oscilloscope. The DSO-138 was tested using a function generator. So we have given 100 Hz, then 1 kHz, then 100 kHz, and then around 200 kHz. But its performance in higher frequency like that of 200 kHz is actually bad, very bad, compared to a normal oscilloscope, but it's okay. Similarly, like square wave, when we give at higher frequency above 50 kHz, then we can see like it looks like a sine wave. Hence, this oscilloscope is basically meant for students and for small hobby projects. Complex analysis cannot be performed using this type of oscilloscope. DSO-138 uses ARM Cortex-M3 processor, which is also known as STM32, and it also has a 2.4-inch color TFT display. So one can measure analog bandwidth from 0 to 200 kHz, sampling buffer depth is 1024 bytes, and its accuracy is 12-bit. So its maximum real-time sampling rate is 1 megasamples per second. So these are its specification. So this is the board of the DSO, digital storage oscilloscope. You can see the individual components here, and this is STM32 blue pill. So this is the screen. Now let us put the screen together and let us see. So in the case, you will get this segment which you need to screw down like this. My first part, the screen is assembled. Now what I will do is that I have these panels which goes like this to the switches, and let us fix it. Make sure of this acrylic panel, this hole aligns with these components. So you can see the slot here aligns with this 12-volt adapter, these components, these switches. Just make it sure. Pressing it firmly. Now I will place these all switches. So this type of switches is for the push buttons, which goes in here. We'll see if it fits or not. Yes. So this goes in here in this slot, and these are for the toggle switches, which goes like this. So let us assemble the switch and let's see. Now this is the top panel. You can see the slots are made here. So let us assemble this. So it will go like this. You may need to assemble the acrylic case. Sometimes in some kits you need to assemble the components also. So check before buying. If you like the video, please support us by subscribing and sharing with your friends, as this inspires us to make more videos like this. This type of videos takes lot of effort and lot of input in monetary values, and your subscription will help us to accomplish our goal and continue to make videos like this in future. Next video is on drone, how to assemble a drone. Do subscribe and enjoy. Thank you for today. we are going to see noises which happens in a power supply. So currently this is my probe, and if I go near to the transformer, you can see the screen.